Technically, I've already covered Morbius, but I was such a young and new channel that I feel like I truly didn't get to do it justice. So I'm back one last time to talk about the movie that could actually put me to sleep. This thing is so boring and so lame, but maybe this time we'll find something to redeem it. And if you want to see my opinions about all these Sony villain movies, I have one massive video talking about all of them, or individual separate videos for your ease. And with that, it's Morbin time. The movie opens in Costa Rica, where we meet Dr. Michael Morbius, who is in the middle of catching some bats. Although, we never see him use anything to actually capture the bats. So I've always wondered how he got them back to his lab. Because last we see, they all just kind of fly up into the air. Did he just wait for him to come back to the cave or something? We learn in a flashback that he has a rare degenerative blood disease, and he's been looking for a cure his entire life, because it just so happens that his best friend has the same disease. They grew up together, and Morbin Time calls Matt Smith's character Milo, even though his real name is Lucian, because apparently every kid that came before him was named Milo and they all died. And during this, there's also a moment where Milo's machine messes up and little Morbius just fixes it, no problem, with a little ballpoint pen, so he gets sent to a school for smart kids in New York City. Oh, and Milo gets the shit beat out of him by some bullies. Because I guess this is the kind of world where super sick kids that are on their deathbed also get bullied. After the flashback, we cut to Morbius, who's getting an award for his artificial blood that has saved more lives than penicillin. But this is Morbin USA, so he rejects the Nobel Prize and insults a ton of people in his speech. He then explains his plan to a fellow scientist and future love interest named Martine, which involves splicing vampire bat DNA into his own genes. They're interrupted by the funniest fucking side plot that is never resolved, and honestly, it might be one of my favorite things across all 6 of these movies, but not for any of the right reasons. Michael Morbius puts a girl in a coma and says he's going to save her, and then this is never brought up again. For all we know, she's still in this coma because we never see her get woken up. A+ to this doctor who puts patients in comas and then completely forgets about them. Also, only on this watch through did I realize how funny it is that little Morbius fixed a machine with a pin, so naturally he would go on to create synthetic blood. The leap from one thing to the other sure is something when you think about it. Oh no. The don't think about it curse from Venom is spreading already. So we flash forward a little bit and Morbius has developed what he thinks is going to be a cure. And here's the weird thing. He has Martine inject him with the potential cure while they're on a cargo ship in the middle of the ocean because it has to be in international waters in order for him to do it. And what's weirder is that instead of hiring a crew of normal people, Rich Milo decides that he's gonna hire a bunch of assholes who are just mercenaries for hire. Why would a scientist who just won a Nobel Prize have to hire mercenaries on a cargo ship in order to conduct this experiment? It just doesn't really add up. And I get it's because Soren Morbin has to have some people to kill after his vampire powers activate, but in the context of who he is, it doesn't really add up. After the transformation, he kills all the rude boat guys and eventually turns back into Jared Leto so he can watch what he did on the security cameras and barf. Which is what I did the first time I saw his performance in this movie. What a coincidence. He calls in a mayday, jumps off the ship, and we get to meet our 2 FBI agents for this movie. Tyrese Gibson is playing Shroud, a guy with a vague robot attachment on one arm, and he's accompanied by Agent Rodriguez, the funny one. That's not just my generalization of these 2 guys, that's literally all there is to their characters. And the only role they play is to kind of chase Morbius around until they catch him, and then, spoiler alert, he eventually breaks out, and that's pretty much it. Speaking of our bloodsucker who sucks, he's busy sucking down some of his fake blood so he can stay alive and not suck out some human blood. Kinda convenient that the only man in the world to invent fake blood gets turned into a thing that needs to drink blood in order to survive. Baron Morbin then politely gives us a rundown of all his powers, which include the following: jumping really high so he can hang upside down like a bat, increased strength and speed that can only be described as superhuman, bat friendship that makes him like a brother to them, a form of echolocation or bat radar, and he needs artificial blood every 6 hours to keep all of this going. After he's done explaining all of this, Milo shows up to his lab and Morbius is all fucked up, so he writes in blood the word blood on the glass. Then Milo watches him pound this fake blood like it was fucking fruit punch, and he still begs for the cure, which obviously Morbius says no.
What, so you get to live and I get to die, is that it?
It's a curse.
Immediately after this, a random nurse gets attacked by a vampire creature. I wonder who that could be. Probably Tyrese Gibson. It's also a little strange that Dr. Morbius is just at the facility even though he was on the ship and the FBI people were looking for him. Like, did they not check his work? And not to mention the fact that Morbius was all over the news. Did nobody at this hospital where his lab is be like, hey, Morbius, why are you wanted on the news? What's going on there, man? He's not even using the crutches in this moment at the hospital. But then when he's trying to sneak out, he's using them. Doesn't matter because the FBI guys stop him from leaving, so he beats them all up before he leaps away and takes a bite at a bullet.
I'm a piranha. Then the Amazon.
Shroud ends up catching him so we can get this wonderful moment while they go to interrogate him.
Holy water? Really?
What? It's triple blessed.
Is it crazy to say that I miss Venom? I'm just gonna say it. I miss Venom. When Milo comes to visit him, Morbin Down Under puts it together that he's the other vampire creature, and that results in him breaking out of jail. The two old pals have their first superpower person fights another superpowered person, but they both have the same powers fight. And this looks like two wet farts exchanging blows in more ways than one. During this fight, we get two hilarious moments. One, when Matt Smith does the first of two dances in this movie in order to taunt Morbius after he kills some cops in front of him. And the second, when Two Morbius Too Furious floats like a plastic bag in front of a subway car. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I can't play the actual song because I don't want to get demonetized, but you know what I'm getting at here. After this, Morbius goes to deal with some bad guys, but he says this to them.
Who the hell are you, Matt?
Hey, I am Venom.
Oh!
No, you're not. Venom is way cooler than you. And following all of this, we get my favorite part in the whole movie. This is the best part. I mean, honestly, I could just sit here and play this clip over and over again. Like, I'm not kidding. Matt Smith dancing and just having fun. This is Bullseye in Daredevil 2003. It's all ruined when Morbius kisses Martine because now she likes him or whatever. At the same time, Milo kills their old mentor, doctor friend who took care of them when they were younger in order to kick off the final fight. Milo baits Morbius with Martine, fatally wounds her, she lets Morbius drink her blood, and then the two vampire guys punch each other for a bit. The fighting leads to an underground construction site looking place, where it's Morbin time uses a swarm of bats to defeat Milo. Well, technically he stabs Milo with some lethal injection, but he only got the upper hand because of the bats. Morbius the Great and Powerful ends with him flying up into the sky with the useless FBI agents staring in awe. And in the post-credits scene, Michael Keaton teleports into the universe to, well, honestly, I just gotta show you.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. But I think a bunch of guys like us should team up. Could do some good.
Intriguing.
I also noticed this time that there's a moment where Milo throws Morbius into a sign and a piece of it falls on him. I thought this was interesting for no particular reason. I said it in my last review of Morbius, and I'll say it again. The only thing that even comes close to saving this movie is Matt Smith. His goofy little dances make me smile every single time, and this bathroom one will always be just absolute perfection to me. And no matter what he's doing, even before he's a vampire man, he at least feels like he's trying to be interested in the plot. That's in stark contrast to Jared Leto and whatever weird fucking thing he's doing. I've said it multiple times on this channel, but I don't like Jared Leto. He sucks, he's a creep, he's weird, and ultimately, he's not a very good actor. I'm not sure what his performance is, but it sounds like he's trying to do a whisper voice because he always talks real low, like his voice is about to crack at any minute. No one else is really in this enough to get judged on their performance, which is a shame because I actually kind of like Tyrese Gibson's character. Apparently his character was supposed to be an army vet who had a cybernetic upgrade, and Morbius's fake blood actually saved his life at one point. Unfortunately, both him and Agent Rodriguez don't get to do anything other than capture Morbius for 2 seconds and then stare into a hole at the end. Plus, whenever Dr. Michael Stinky Pants Morbius explains his powers or talks about what he's doing, it all sounds so unnatural. We've had enough superhero movies at this point that we don't need you to hold our hand to figure out what somebody can and can't do. Also, at a point, a guy asks Matt Smith what his pain is on a scale of 1 to 10, and he says 11. Is that a Doctor Who reference, Morbius? Be honest, is it? Because if it is, shame on you for using a better thing to try to get us to like you more. I was hoping that maybe this time around the fight scenes would at least be worth it to rewatch this movie, but I think they got worse somehow. Besides them looking like farts in the wind, the powers the vampire boys have don't seem to stay consistent. When they fight on the subway tracks, everything slows down as Morbius listens for the train coming, and while he's doing that, Milo is running at him. The thing is, we've seen both of them move at what is essentially super speed. So why is Milo running in slow motion like he's a normal human man? He is not a normal human man, so he should be running faster, but he's not. What's up with that? Milo also doesn't bother chasing after him in this moment. You guys have the same powers. You can also be a plastic bag, Milo. This is also one of those superhero movies that wants to jam a full-blown love plot into it as well, which is super unfortunate because it sucks. Like, really bad. Even when we get the scene where it's supposed to be all cute that Martine is testing to see if Morbius is affected by sunlight, Jared Leto's stupid fucking performance ruins it. But I also don't fully get Morbius's motivation for anything after he takes the cure that gives him powers. He refuses to drink human blood, but he also wants to do good. Venom had to eat brains, or chocolate, in order to stay alive, so he just ate the brains of bad guys that deserved it. Why is this movie so afraid of having Morbius drink human blood? Was it to make him drinking Martine's blood at the end more dramatic? Because it wasn't going to be dramatic either way. I mean, Morbius started off in the comics as a straight up villain who would drain the blood from his victims, meaning he drank human blood, kind of like vampires fucking do. If you're trying to make these guys anti-heroes and not villains, why not let him go after worse guys? Although, that doesn't make a lot of sense either, especially given the post-credits scene. What's the point of the Vulture being here? Why would you guys be after Spider-Man, and why would he be after any of you? You guys aren't really doing any crimes, and Morbius stopped the vampire that was killing innocent people. Vulture only thinks it's Spider-Man because the writers had him lose all of his brain cells after he switched dimensions. But it's a good thing he didn't get sent back to his original universe like Venom did. Or did the Vulture get sent back to his original universe? And that makes it all make no sense. So why did you put any of this in your post-credit scene, Morbius? Yeah, I don't like Morbius at all, and I really hope that after this watch through, I never have to watch this stupid fucking thing again. It's boring, it's lame, and as a superhero or supervillain story, it just doesn't do it for me, which is landing Morbius right back where it started, in just plain garbage.